Today, only on Black Flag Summit Club's YouTube channel, we're going to be taking the very first look and the tour of this much anticipated pack. So what I've got here is the Wuulf Pack 24 liter from Prometheus Design Works. Now I've been super excited to check out this pack ever since I saw it posted by Piotr from Carryology on his Instagram page earlier this year, and now it's finally here, and I'm super excited to be able to show this to you guys for the very first time. We're going to talk about the overall design, each of the design features, and give you some insights on what I've found about the pack so far. First, let's get into the specifications. The pack weighs 3.15 pounds and has a nominal volume of 24 liters, which expands up to 28 liters. The pack's external dimensions are 22 inches in height, 10 inches in width, and 7 inches in depth. Wuulf is an acronym spelled WUULF, and it stands for Wilderness, Utility, Urban, Lay Flat. While this pack is quite obviously more so geared toward backcountry use, it does have several key features with the urban dweller in mind. Starting at the sides, we've got these dual gusseted water bottle pockets with replaceable shock cords, and this basically addresses the less durable stretch fabrics that you'll often see in a lot of these packs. Some of them will use mesh, some of them will use some kind of spandex-y kind of fabric that over time tends to lose its elasticity or basically gets loose, and you don't really have any way of replacing that. By creating these, by using these shock cords, Prometheus Design Works has basically eliminated that problem, because you can actually replace these shock cords. These water bottle pockets will be able to fit the majority of your water bottles, from 32-ounce Nalgene's to my Plat-Attack Decor flask. Going down the front of the pack, you'll notice that we've got these Velcro tool keepers, and what this is used for is to be able to put things such as your hiking poles or your technical or non-technical ice axes. One of the other things you'll notice right away about this pack are these aluminum G-hooks in place of standard polymer buckles. These G-hooks have been specifically incorporated by Prometheus Design Works at the request of climbers who wanted an alternative to polymer buckles that have been known to break when stepped on or from rockfall. As a crag bag, it would typically spend a lot of its time on the ground, making it highly susceptible to these types of hazards. Continuing on down the front, you'll find these two 10mm daisy chains, which you can use for attaching anything from helmets, paracord, bungee cord, or something like that, to be able to attach things to the front of the bag. Because the bag is a 25-liter bag, you'll want to put some of the bulkier items such as crampons, your helmet, or things like that on the outside to maximize the internal carry space of the bag itself. You'll find some standard 25mm webbing at the back here for extra attachment points. So again, you can run some bungee cord or some kind of straps there to be able to help secure items to the side of your bag. You can alternatively use the water bottle pouch to put heavier vertical items, put it down in there, and then secure it with the webbing, the side cinch straps. At the bottom of the pack here, you'll find 4 rows of laser cut moly, which again you can use to attach various things with some bungee cord or straps, and basically to be able to lash items to the bottom of it. While providing all of the utilitarian features of standard moly, the laser cut moly provides a significant weight reduction when compared to the standard moly pattern with the 25mm webbing. On the bottom, you'll see these loops here, which are for trekking poles or for your technical or non-technical ice axes. One of 4 grab handles, which can not only be used to be able to load, lift, and carry your bag, but also help you be able to secure it to your vehicle, motorbike, or other similar kind of situations. And this extendable floating top lid with 2 zippered pockets. At the top here, you'll have this 9-inch by 9.5 by 6-inch external pocket, and then on the inside of the lid itself is a 9.5 by 8-inch internal mesh pocket with a key clip on the inside for attaching your keys to. The lid is secured via these 2 straps at the back of the pack, and it is fully extendable. So if you wanted to use it to secure, say, your rope, or put an extra layer like a jacket or something like that, you can use the lid to kind of secure those type of items, even possibly a helmet on the top of your pack. Because of the floating lid design and the extendable straps on the lid, you can use it to secure a variety of items, such as your climbing rope, or in this case, a climbing helmet. You would simply extend the straps on the back and then attach it this way, securing it down with these straps on the rear of the lid, and then secure it at the front with the front G-hook and cinch down the front strap. While we're at the front, you'll also notice this hydration bladder port right here. Down the side of the pack, you'll see these 2 compression straps, which are attached by those alloy G-hooks that we had talked about earlier, and they are self-policing straps. The shoulder straps are this nice shape that is pretty typical of Prometheus Design Works packs, and follows the natural contour of your shoulders and your chest, and is very, very comfortable and ergonomic. The shoulder straps and the hip belt, as well as the lumbar support here at the back of the pack, uses closed cell EVA foam and provides a low profile solution that isn't bulky, but also adds just enough comfort to the wearer. And the width of the shoulder straps are a nice design to allow the weight to be distributed across a larger surface. At the top of each of the shoulder straps are 2 load lifters, and what I've done here is I've routed it through the molly at the front of the shoulder straps, and I use it to run my Hill People Gear chest pack off the ends. On the inside of the shoulder straps are some mesh over the top of the closed cell foam, and is designed in such a way that it optimizes the amount of airflow going through the shoulder straps to prevent sweaty and hot spots. Moving down to the lower part of the shoulder straps are these Fastex buckles that allow you to quickly dump your bag should you need to. This is a feature that I really appreciate in bags, as there are certain situations when you would just quickly need to be free of your bag, such as if you fell in the water or something like that, that would just require you to quickly and easily be able to detach your bag as quickly as possible. Again, the straps down here are self-policing, keeping everything neat and tidy. There is a sternum strap at the front of the shoulder straps as well, and it is on a ladder system, so you can adjust the position of the sternum strap going down the back of the bag. Again, there you'll find this mesh over the top of the closed cell foam, designed in such a way to maximize the amount of airflow between the wearer's back and the back of the bag. At the lower part, you will find this removable padded waist utility belt, and it's called a utility belt because it has this laser cut MOLLE again to be able to attach a variety of pouches and other gear to the belt should you choose to do that. The belt does have some adjustability, so you can move the belt placement up or down depending on your specific height. I do like that the way that the bag sits on your back, the belt does not interfere with your climbing harness whatsoever. At the side of the hip belt, you'll find these hip belt stabilization straps, which are attached by these alloy G-hooks. The top entry port of the bag uses 140D nylon ripstop fabric. Rather than use the more common barrel lock style cord locks, Prometheus Design Works has chosen to use this tension locking system to be able to secure this 3mm drawstring for the top opening of the bag. To loosen tension, simply pull on this piece of webbing and the bag opens up. To tighten, simply just pull it and it's secured. The pack is a single point top loader pack and utilizes this design that is very effective and typical for almost all mountaineering packs, and which allows the user to maximize the internal space and eliminate air pockets, but can be a bit of a pain to get into some of the items that end up at the bottom. Which brings us to the next feature that I haven't yet seen in any other Alpine pack, which is this front entry two-way zipper. So this front entry two-way zipper allows you to open up the bag fully, allows for a 90% lay flat access and a secondary access to the main compartment. On the inside of the bag, you'll find two 8 3/4 by 5 inch interior tool pockets, and it's a great way to stow your climbing harness and your rack and other similar items. You'll also see this internal mesh pocket, and this is your hydration bladder pocket, and it measures 9.5 by 12 by 6, and it also has this hanger at the top here to be able to suspend your hydration bladder. The pack also comes with a removable padded soft lined tablet or laptop sleeve, which will fit up to a 15-inch laptop. It is secured to the pack, the inside of the pack, using these toggles, and it is able to be suspended above the bottom of the pack, which I like because when you put your bag down, the bottom of your laptop isn't banging up against the ground. The dual zipper front entry of the bag uses these fairly large zippers with these 3mm zipper pulls. It's always a bit of a trade-off as far as zipper pulls and zippers go when it comes to backcountry and mountaineering packs, because you don't want a zipper pull that's so large that it ends up causing snags and becoming a snagging hazard. But you also want it to be glove friendly, because a lot of times you're going to be wearing your climbing, your rappelling gloves, and you want to be able to manipulate those zippers without having to remove those gloves. So these zipper pulls are a little bit small to get your fingers in there when you're wearing gloves, but it does create enough tactile functionality to be able to grab the zippers easily with a gloved hand. One of the other things that I really love about this pack is that it has an internal frame, but it is removable. By opening this pouch on the inside, you will find this HDPE frame sheet with aircraft grade aluminum stays. So the way the HDPE frame sheet is designed, you can adjust the amount of support and weight of your bag simply by either have the choice of either running the bag without the frame sheet at all, with just the HDPE frame sheet, removing the aluminum stays, or as is. By removing the frame sheet and the laptop pouch, laptop sleeve, you can basically get this pack down to about 2.5 pounds. The other reason I really love the removable frame sheet is that it allows me to roll up my bag and be able to compress it down as small as possible, and then be able to put it in my larger expedition bag. The Wuulf is primarily made out of Invista 500D Cordura, which is a great balance of both lifelong durability but also lesser weight. Another really unique feature about the Wuulf is this Velcro loop panel at the top of the lid. And while this can be certainly used for attaching various morale patches or IFF patches, what I also like to use these types of platforms for are identifying markers, such as in this case the Adventure Lights trilobite. So when you're hiking in a group or hiking out in the mountains at night, sometimes you'll get caught in low visibility or other situations like that where you need to be able to be identified. Perhaps you called search and rescue, or maybe you are in a search and rescue group and you would like to be able to have someone be able to visually identify you. A loop panel is another great way to be able to attach these types of solutions.
So I just wanted to go over and show you how I've got my pack set up. So starting from the outside, I've used some paracord or bungee cord to secure my crampons to the outside of my pack using these 10mm MOLLE. Here in the front, I've got my ice axe attached to the Velcro keeper here, and then to the bottom loop. And then I've taken my rope and I've routed it through the top and secured it using these side cinch straps. These tool keepers here can be used for both technical and non-technical ice axes or hiking poles. I've got my water bottle on one of the side pouches.
The minimum that I'd want to have in a mountaineering bag, backcountry bag, would probably be within the 40 liter range. 35 to 40 liters would probably be the smallest that I could get away with as far as a backcountry use bag. Even then, it would kind of be pushing it. My snug pack sleeping bag would still take up a majority of the space, and of course I could kind of look at some more space effective and weight conscious gear selections, such as maybe switching my snug pack Softy Elite for something like the Sea to Summit Spark, which is considerably smaller, probably about a third of the compressed size of my Softy Elite. And then I could probably go from my Static V Recon from Climate to something like the Inertia X Frame, which is again quite a bit smaller, quite a bit lighter. So you could make it happen with a bag of this size if you make conscious decisions and if you're willing to spend the money and getting smaller gear. There's a lot of folks in the ultralight community who can give you a lot of advice on that, and a lot of them definitely go out and do a lot of backpacking with sometimes even just a 20-liter bag. However, when you've got ropes, climbing gear, stuff like that, or if you're spending time in the backcountry during the winter time, there's a fine balance between safety, comfort, and how light your bag is. And my intended use of the bag is going to be primarily as a mountaineering bag. I would pack it into my larger expedition bag, which would carry my my tent, my sleeping bag, my food, cook systems, and all the stuff that I would need to set up a base camp. And this is kind of a similar strategy to what we've been doing in the last 10 years anyway, where I would have a larger expedition bag and either have a 20-liter packable day pack, or just bring my standard expedition bag when we're doing a summit. But with this bag, I can now be able to leave that bag, my larger bag, at base camp, take this bag, which is fully capable of carrying all my climbing harness, my ropes, all my glacier travel necessities, in a way that's comfortable, streamlined, and less bulky than I have in the previous years. So I'm really looking forward to being able to really use it in that kind of capacity. So while this pack is not yet available on the Prometheus website, it will be, it is scheduled for release sometime at the end of this month, or going into next year, early next year, January of next year. So definitely keep an eye out for that, because it's just like every Prometheus design item, they're bound to disappear as soon as they're dropped. So definitely keep an eye on that. The pack right now is only going to be available in the Urban Field Gray, Universal Field Gray, on the Prometheus website. This pack is a Ranger Green pack and is a special colorway that was done in collaboration with GRR. So you'll want to check that out. If there's a release date, you'll have to check out their website or possibly their Instagram page and find out when the specific release date will be, or if this will be a pack that's going to be available at the same time. So anyway, I hope you guys found this review somewhat useful and informative. If you enjoyed this review, do consider hitting that like and subscribe, because it'll help our channel out. If you have any questions specific to the bag, or if there's something that I missed or got wrong, please go ahead and put it in the comment section below. I'd love to hear from you. If you have any critiques or criticisms, go ahead and put that in there too. And then, yeah, until next time, we'll see you guys outside.